What's good, everybody? It's your boy Billy Mack. We are here. We are here once again for another video. This is a movie review. Just saw Captain Marvel last night. I didn't get home till like 1 in the morning. I would have did a video right then and there, but I would have woke everybody up in the house. You know, I need to soundproof this room so I can do videos at night when I'm just up. You know, because I'm up editing videos and stuff usually. So, or uploading. Takes a while for stuff to upload onto YouTube. So, but anyway. So, Captain Marvel. A lot of people believe, I think I read an article, that this is the first movie in the sort of new continuity of the Marvel cinematic universe. There's speculation that in Avengers Endgame, let me go ahead and say this, spoiler alert. Not gonna give the whole movie away, but y'all know I'll give some stuff out, you know, maybe some plot points, but not the whole movie. You know what I mean? Um, and unless you just been living under a rock, I mean, you all know Avengers Endgame is coming out later this year. I believe. I hope it's later this year. It should be later this year, maybe May or July, something like that. But anyway, so you know, with the whole, they believe Captain Marvel is going to be the beginning of a new continuity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There is speculation that Captain America and Iron Man, one or the other, if not both, are going to die in Avengers Endgame. Speculation being Chris Evans has basically said this is the last time he's playing Captain America. Not too sure about Robert Downey. I'm not too sure if Robert Downey has said that he's going to be if he's going to keep doing Iron Man or if he's done with Iron Man or not. You know. Side note, something the Marvel MCU might do, just movie continuity. In the comic books, Iron Man is replaced by, of course, Rhodey, but also replaced by Riri Williams, who becomes Ironheart, which successes Iron Man. She's a black girl. Who's the other black girl who's extremely smart and extremely tech savvy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Shuri from Black Panther. Now, as a movie producer, as a writer, that's an easy transition to make. You know what I mean? Will they do that? I don't know. I doubt it. But, you know, we'll see. But the issue is Captain Marvel is supposedly the beginning of a new era of Marvel movies. With Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, I believe Black Panther. I'm not sure what the fourth movie. I don't know if it's a fourth movie, maybe be a fifth movie. Yeah, Black Widow. Who are the other? Maybe Winter Soldier might have his own movie. Of course, another Black Panther movie. I'm not too privy on all the Marvel cinematic movies that are supposedly coming out soon. But I know for a fact that they're thinking about a Black Widow. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet. Of course, Black Panther 2. For all my Marvel people, you've seen the Spider-Man trailer. And, you know, we'll see. Hopefully, you know, Marvel does a good job. I wish DC would show up. But anyway, so Captain Marvel. So first of all, great movie. Great movie. It ties into the continuity of the storyline for Marvel. Quick rundown. So basically, like I said, I'm not going to give you how it starts or anything, but I'm just going to give you kind of the story. So basically, Carol Danvers, who was a pilot in the Air Force, turns out she loses her memory and she gets abducted, kidnapped, brought in, however you want to take it, depends on when you see the movie. Uh, she gets brought in by the Kree. Now, here's the one thing I've never understood about the Kree. In one movie, in Guardians of the Galaxy, they were the enemy. In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., for all those that watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're clearly the enemy. In this movie, they made him to be the good guy. And that always kind of bothered me. Because you seen the trailer and stuff. And I was like, why are the Kree good guys? Like, is there a part of the Kree that we're not privy to that good guys? And then they throw in another twist at the end of the movie. The big plot points, so I'm not gonna give that away. But let's just say this: the good guys end up being bad guys, and the bad guys end up being good guys. But I've always known the bad guys to be bad guys, and we just gonna keep it at that. But anyway, so Carol Danvers loses her memories. She's brought in by the Kree, and supposedly is given these superpowers. And of course, the way the Kree work are you have to be able to fight without emotion. That's their whole thing, fight without emotion. But she's human. She doesn't know she's human, but she's human. So of course she has all this emotion. Side note: in a sci-fi universe, humans, let's just put it out there, compared to aliens and AI, humans are always and will always be the most emotional, organic type of being in the universe. That's what sets us apart. That's what makes us human, is our emotions. They did this also in Mass Effect Andromeda. Spoiler alert for those that haven't played Mass Effect Andromeda. The Ket are basically turn other species into their species. And the one thing they say about the humans, they're unpredictable and they're emotional. That's the one thing they say about the humans. They don't say anything pretty much else except we're unpredictable because of our emotions. But anyway, so she has trouble controlling her emotions. She has nightmares. She has all these memories, that fragments and segments, and we get a peek into, I guess you can say, not why she lost her memory, like not why she lost her memories, but the fact that she has lost her memories, because she believes she's Kree all day long. She thinks she is Kree from the head to the toe. She believes she is Kree. So she ends up getting captured, and they get into her mind. And while they're in her mind, she also is seeing these memories also, which starts at making her ask questions. But she ends up getting out. She fights her way to an escape pod. That's how she lands on Earth. Funny thing, she falls right into a blockbuster. Funniest thing in the world. So, shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger. You'll understand why. So, so she ends up using her little communication device thing to, I guess you can say, make contact with the Kree. She makes contact. She starts asking questions. Her commander, who's Jude Law, he basically is like, I don't know, no, don't worry about it. They just, remember who you are. You're Kree, and this, that, and the other. So as she is, so then she gets approached by Shield and Nick Fury, and Coulson with hair, yo. Look, man, I love the. They do such a great job with this de aging um, technology. I mean, yo, they do an awesome job of that. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So, as Nick Fury and Coulson are, I guess, talking to her, trying to interrogate her or whatever, a scroll attacks them. So they end up having a chase scene. Turns out, another scroll took Agent Coulson and Fury get in the car and they go chasing. Turns out another scroll took Coulson's identity. So now Nick Fury's in the car with a scroll. That was cool. They end up meeting each other again. Nick Fury, and Captain Marvel. They end up meeting each other again. So basically, they go through the whole thing. How do I know you're not a scroll? This, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other, or whatever. So, yeah. So they go from there. So they end up going to this government facility, which has a records department. And I don't know what government facility because honestly, I just can't remember. They end up getting some records. They find out that there was I guess, plane crash, big bad plane crash that never happened. They said there were no survivors, this, that, and the other. Mind you, I'm skipping over a lot right now, especially to what the plot is. I'm basically just telling y'all about the story of Captain Marvel. So they end up finding the records. Turns out they find a photo that has her in it in her Air Force suit. She's wondering, what the hell am I doing in the Air Force suit? Um, so then they get the records. They start reading about what happened on this secret mission or whatever. They end up fighting and everything with the scrolls. I'm not going to tell you how. They end up fighting with the scrolls, but it's kind of cool how it happened. Um, Nick Fury is the man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Nick Fury, he's smart. He's very smart. So is Coulson too. But anyway, so after all that, they have the records and they see, okay, so the only other person that so-called knew about it or was aware about it was her so-called best friend, Monica Rambeau. Now, for those that don't know, Monica Rambeau ends up becoming Captain Marvel at some point in time. She becomes another superhero by the name of Photon, and there's another name she takes up, but I can't remember. So it's a good introduction a good introduction for a new superhero eventually. I guarantee you it'll probably happen in Captain Marvel 2 because I truly believe she is going to be the face of the new MCU because she is hands down one of the most powerful superheroes ever, and we'll get into that why. So they end up going to Louisiana to see Monica Rambeau. She's looking at her like she's a ghost. Where the hell you been? I knew you was too stubborn to die. This, that, and the other. So her daughter, Monica's daughter, ends up showing her all these pictures of the life she used to have. So now she's starting to believe that. Now she's starting to believe that she's not Kree, that she's human, that she had a life before here. Now they have an interaction. Thankfully, there was no fighting, but they find out very important details about that flight that never happened. With this, we're now at the climax. It's two forces about to come together. She has officially said, F the Kree. I'm human all day long, all day, every day. F the Kree. She ends up changing her suit because a lot of people, I will give this out. The green suit, the green and black suit that she's wearing, a lot, most superhero movies, you believe to yourself, you know, she ends up working with Shield and they give her a new suit. No, this chick just changed the colors of the suit. She can just change the colors of the suit to whatever she wants, and she let Monica's daughter do it. It was like as simple as it was, as simple as it was. I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. It was, you know, hey. Now I will say this about the movie. I will say this. Now, one of the big things I was intrigued about with this movie, for those of you who are Guardians of the Galaxy fans, hands down, the best part of Guardians of the Galaxy is the soundtrack. It's not even close. It's nothing to talk about. One of the greatest soundtracks in movie history. It is not even close, okay? Listen, I'm all for original music, but nostalgia beats out original music all day long. It just does. So one of the things I was looking for in this movie, the movie is based in the 90s, like smack dab in the middle of the 90s. And I probably heard 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 90s songs. That was it. They didn't play anything else. It was a lot of the, you know, orchestra type of music. But as far as a 90s type of soundtrack, nothing. Now, maybe a lot of that is, you know, Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord, his whole thing is the Walkman. And, you know, listening to music, helping him remember where he came from, helping him remember his mother. So maybe that's why music was so prominent in that movie. This one, not so much. They give you some 90s, they give you a little bit of 90s, you know, especially there was one part where she changed her clothes or whatever. And she had on a leather jacket with a 9-inch nail shirt on with some jeans, and she had a flannel shirt that was tied up around her waist. I was like, yo, 90s grunge all day long. That's hot. Subtle. It was so subtle, and I think a lot of people will miss it, but it's so subtle, and it was perfect. I liked it. Good job. So, back to the story. So, now they get in space. They find what they need to find and end up finding more than what they need to find. So now she's really like, screw the Kree. So the Kree finally end up finding her on Earth, finding her in this one spot. She fights, she tries her best, but they end up getting her. In getting her, she meets with the so-called Kree AI. Now this is the part of the Kree history I didn't even know about. So I guess the supreme leader of the Kree is actually an AI, which is crazy. They need to go into that. They need to go into that a little bit more. They really need something. They need to explain that a little bit more. So the Kree AI basically tells Captain Marvel that, hey, you know, we know you know. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You're just gonna have to sit here and deal with it. Whatever. And Captain Marvel was like, nah. And so in doing all of this, she taps into her real power. And from that point on, she's just kicking butt. For the last maybe, I don't know how long it was, maybe 15 to 30 minutes of the movie. She's just kicking everybody's behind from that point on. She ain't nobody stopping her. It ain't even a game with her no more. Yo, Captain Marvel is hands down the most powerful human being on the face of the planet in the universe. So it only makes sense for those that haven't seen it. Please turn this video off and go watch it now. But in Infinity War, for those that don't know, when Nick Fury had that, intergalactic pager or whatever, and you saw Captain Marvel's symbol on there, that's why he called her. Because if there's one person that can shut Thanos down, it is not even close. It's Captain Marvel. You know what I mean? But anyway, so she ends up kicking everybody's behind. She kills the bad guy. Yeah, I'm leaving a lot out, but I'm telling I'm just giving y'all the rundown. So she ends up going on. So after she kills everybody, or defeats everybody, I should say, she ends up going on a sort of a personal mission that she takes up on her to fulfill somebody else. You know what I mean? And that's basically why she ain't been around. Because she been working on this one particular mission. And from from that point on, that's basically the movie, But like I said, I left out a whole lot out. I hope y'all go see it. It's a very, very, very good movie. Real spoiler alert. I am giving all of this away. So I've seen the movie with my boy. Y'all know I talk about Original a lot. We went to go see it with him and his son-in-law. And we saw the end credit scene. The end credit scene is basically Avengers Endgame. And so it's Captain America, Black Widow. I seen Bruce Banner and Rhodey. I want to say it was somebody else there, but I just remember those four. And so Rhodey comes out and was like, yo, that pager thing just cut off. And they're looking, and so they apparently had got a hold of Nick Fury's pager. So they're looking around like, so what is this pager? We know it was Nick's, but what was this pager for, this, that, and the other? And then they were like, it just shut off. Well, and so Black Widow, I don't know what she going through. She's just like upset, pissed, or whatever about whatever's going on. Because she's just like, well, you need repower it, turn this mother back on, and let me know when it come back on. Soon as she turns around, Captain Marvel's standing right there like, where's Fury? And then it cuts off. I was like, yo! And what I was trying to explain to my homeboy is, they had to have shot that either after Infinity War, or that's just a part of Avengers Endgame that's not going to be in the movie. Because you've seen the trailers for Avengers Endgame. Captain Marvel ain't in any of those trailers. So either those trailers that we've been seeing have nothing to do with the movie that's about to come out, or whoever is editing these Marvel movies did a wonderful job of making sure we don't see squat. Because there was no indication in those movies that Captain Marvel was coming. If anything, they suggested that maybe Captain Marvel might show up near the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? So we believe the trailer that we're seeing in Avengers Endgame is actually something that is happening at the beginning of the movie. Like maybe the first 30 minutes to an hour of Avengers Endgame is all the scenes that we're seeing maybe. But they showed that, and it changed, like, as subtle as it was, it changes everything. Because Clearly, she's going to be a major part of Avengers Endgame. And it's not even close. It's not even close. Now, granted, here's one thing I will say about Avengers Endgame. I hope they don't dive into Captain Marvel and the shock of all the new technology. Now, not saying that she's going to be surprised, because clearly she was like, y'all don't have the tech in Captain Marvel. She was like, y'all don't have the technology to know if someone's a Skrull or not, this, that, and the other. No. They're like, what? You know what I mean? So it's not. I hope they just don't. I just don't want them to spend so much time on the fact that Captain Marvel is so-called. I just don't want them to spend so much time on the fact that Captain Marvel has so-called come back and everything has changed. I mean, because side note, they didn't really say what year it really was. Maybe there's a way to find out, but they didn't really say what year it was in Captain Marvel. But maybe that's neither here or there. I don't know. But anyway, that's Captain Marvel, man. Y'all go see it. Very good movie. I gave y'all a little bit, but I didn't give y'all the whole movie. There's a lot I left out. I promise you, there's a lot I left out. And, hey, man, Avengers Endgame is going to be off the chain. Still don't know how they're going to bring everybody back. But Avengers Endgame is going to be awesome. But anyway, it's your boy Billy Mack. Y'all check out the next video. We got a lot going on. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Please share. Share. It's your boy Billy Mack. Love y'all. Holla at y'all. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for watching my videos. We'll see you next time.